I'm about to lose everything that I've ever cared about, and I have no idea how to save it. But you do.
Alright, so here's the long-awaited review for Deadpool 3, aka Deadpool and Wolverine. Alright, so I'm just going to preface this by saying that I've not only watched all the Deadpool movies, but I've watched all the Marvel movies. So being a big Marvel fan, I'm going to say that you don't necessarily have to have watched all the 25, 28, 30, 34 Marvel movies out there, not including TV shows, but I kind of have to include the TV shows because the TVA is important, and I know that's not spoilers. Right now, my mind's a mess, and I normally don't edit these videos, but I felt like I needed to do some editing because my raw review wasn't going to cut it. So here's a list of just all the things I wanted to talk about, and don't pause the video unless you want spoilers, because I am going to do a spoiler free, so a non-spoiler or a spoiler-free section, and a spoiler section, because there is a lot to say here. This is not going to be a rated PG kind of commentary or review, whatever to call it. I do want to say for anyone that is skeptical about 20th Century Fox being bought by Disney and now Disney owning Deadpool and stuff, you would never know. I mean, besides the fact that they literally say in the movie, you would actually never know that it was Disney-esque. I mean, they got the fucks in there, they got the shits in there, they got some and in there. They don't try to, pussy tip away, whatever it's called. And they even make a fun little reference where they say they can't do, let's just say a specific drug. And they even try to go with a fine line between it. They talk more and more about it, but it's no, we can't talk about it, or we can't do it. And then he's even no, we can, but we just can't show it, or something. So I thought that was a really funny little nod to the merging. But yeah, they don't stop their fist. They go ham out, almost a little more so. They really make sure that Deadpool is its own little franchise and kept away from the kiddies kind of thing. But yeah, so for those of you that are afraid if Disney tried to make it more PG friendly. They do not. All right, so a non-spoiler review, huh? What did I think? Well, I mean, fuck, of course I thought about it. I thought about it all the way home. I wanted to approach this. So I just want to say, just start off, just in case you want to get the review and just get the fuck out. I do need some time for this movie to kind of settle. But I'm going to tell you that right off the bat, that leaving the theater, I'm going to say that I love this movie, but I give it a 7 out of 10. Now, I know that sounds weird. 7 isn't that high of a number for loving a movie. I mean, you know what you're going into. It's an action comedy movie with a fourth wall breaking character, right? Yes, it does do the things that you kind of expect. I mean, again, I'm talking to mostly you Marvel fans that know what you're getting yourselves into when watching a Deadpool movie. There's blood, there's excessive gore, there's complete fuckery, and a lot of jokes that miss. And I love the first one. So I think my 7 comes out of I'm thinking about it, right? Out of 1 to 10, right? And why 0 out of 10, technically, because 1 out of 10 would be 9. Anyway, I feel like 7 is an appropriate number because I feel like I would give the first one a pretty good 9. I'd say over 9 point, between 9.0 and 9.5 kind of thing. And the second one was a little bit of a downfallish. There were some great still moments though. I mean, things that will stick with me forever. I mean, lots of making fun of tropes and everything like that. You would kind of nope, don't say expect, Chris. Don't say expect. I'll play the footage right now from the second one where he's doing and you expect him to dodge all the things, but he just gets shots anyway. I mean, that's going to live on in my memory forever. As an example, right? Still, the second one was pretty great. God damn it, it's so fucking hard to do a fucking non-spoiler fucking shitty ass. And as you know, if you probably are watching this video, you probably watched the second one, so you know it has time travel, cable, and all that stuff. The X-Force and stuff. I mean, that movie goes fondly in my memory, right? So the first one I'd say a 9 point, let's say 2, right? For its newness of it. I know it's not the first movie to fucking break fourth walls. They even fucking make a joke about it in the end credits with Ferris Bueller, so I get it. And then the second one, I would give like, you know, maybe like I'd say maybe an 8 to 7.8, you know, going on that realm. And then this would be like, again, I gotta sit on it a little bit maybe. There are still fond things that I remember about it. Anyway, at the end of the day, I gave it a 7. And a flat 7.00. Now, I'm gonna say this. Out of all three, I feel like this movie has more comedic bits where I remember, like, I've seen Deadpool 1 maybe twice, and I've seen Deadpool 2 once. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I'm just kind of going on my recollection here, but I feel like Deadpool 1 was a lot more serious, but when there were jokes, they felt like they were more hard-hitting. I don't know. But I did have some problems with it. There were some... I'm going to sum it up by saying that there were a lot of missed marks, like a lot of missed opportunities that they could have done, not only story-wise, but jokes. There were some things in the lore that don't make sense, and I'm going to say the lore of Deadpool, I mean, the whole movie, the whole franchise is a comedy, and it's supposed to be taken as such, but, I mean, it still bothers you at the end of the day, and if you really want to know, I might, you know, skip here or whatever. I would definitely say, I mean, as a Marvel fan, you have to watch it. Like, there's no getting around it. If you're a Marvel fan, you have to watch it. That's pretty much it. Sorry for kids out there that aren't old enough to watch it yet, but when you're at the age-appropriate age in your country, you should watch this movie. And I say that because in Japan, where I am, this is actually 15 plus, where I know that 1 bajillion % this is 18 plus and basically everywhere else. Not everywhere else, but I mean US, like northern America. So being more of a comedy movie, I feel like it can get away a lot more with, hitting those nostalgia notes rather than a serious kind of tone movie or something like that. And don't get me wrong, there are actually some emotional parts that, like for example, nope, that's too spoilery. So I'll just say that there's a character that they do something continuously through the movie and it doesn't make sense why. So the reason is quite touching. I guess you could say at a very basic level, you know, it's not going to make you cry, but yeah. Okay, I have barely talked about the CGI. In a movie like this, CGI probably matters to you a lot. So I'd say the graphics are actually pretty good. There were times where I feel like there would be jokes actually on something. I'm gonna make a spoiler video about that later so I can talk about it more in depth. Overall, like, the CGI didn't take me out. I didn't recall thinking like, oh, this looks like PS2 or something, so that's a good sign. But yeah, this movie does try to milk that nostalgia-ness out of you. It tries to get every kind of little thing it can to get you satisfied with that nostalgia. No, I said nostalgia like 4 times. So Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool, and I'm not saying like, oh, by the way, if you didn't know, he is the actor who portrays. No, I'm saying that Ryan Reynolds was born to play Deadpool. He does such a great job with the voice, keeping it like that. And I'm sure, I gotta be honest, I don't know, but I'm sure there's some kind of other actor under there. Basically, 80% of the movie is him in the suit. So yeah. And the chemistry he has with Hugh Jackman is actually a great contrast between each other, because Wolverine, Hugh Jackman, has a very intense portrayal to him, and Deadpool's a silly guy. So together it's, a match made in heaven. As Ryan Reynolds always knew, it would be a perfect, match. Generally, when you feel like there'd be like a dull moment in a movie, Deadpool, brings it up with some kind of joke. And when I say bring up, I mean like bring up the mood, but sometimes the joke can fall flat. So you got a little bit of that, But yeah, the overall performance definitely keeps the movie like engaging and interesting to watch. Nothing necessarily Oscar winning here, but it definitely doesn't take you out of the movie, and that's enough for me for this kind of movie. So normally in these superhero Marvel movies especially, we see like these super villains, they have like these powers to like rip somebody in half or to like explode a planet or whatever, or just like they portray their power in such a way that like, wow, this guy's really OP, and what's the good guy gonna do? And then at the end of the movie they just end up punching each other with their fists. Or like laser beams the sky or something. But in this movie it actually does it really well, where they portray the power and they don't dismiss it at all, but it's actually good writing of how they overcome that problem fighting that final boss, let's say. That's my spoiler-free review. I was trying to make a whole video that would be a spoiler-free and then a spoiler. I feel like if I did a spoiler one, I have too much to say for me to actually edit it and release it before the movie actually officially comes out in North America. So the whole purpose of it was that I wanted to release this and this information. No, I'm not going to lie. I do feel pretty special for being able to watch it well before lots of people. So I felt like trying to get out there in the crowd of reviews, or at least before the crowd of reviews come in and stuff. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you made it to the end here, give me a comment, any thoughts or whatever. And like I said, I'll be making a spoiler video after this. Not soon after this. I got a lot of projects on my table here, but definitely will get it out there.
Oh my God. Okay, good luck. I'm a huge fan.
Rated R.